Hi, and welcome to an episode of 2 Minutes with Hull and Hull. I'm Ian Hull, and today I'm going to cover a topic that would not be necessarily a natural area of understanding for clients, and so I like to cover some of those topics in the Hull and Hull podcast because it gives people a little bit of an understanding of what they're going to get themselves into. So here's the scenario. You're in a situation where your mom and dad are both died. The last died is your mom, and she's done a will that you're not happy with, and you want to challenge that will. Or if on the other side of it, it's a will that you're very happy with. You got all the estate to the exclusion of your brother, and you want to uphold that will. Well, the courts at first instance will often appoint someone called an E.T.D.L, an estate trustee during litigation. And I think it's important to know that when you're going to get into one of these lawsuits, although there's all sorts of legal issues that will swirl around as to whether or not the will is valid or not valid, people may not understand that at the outset, whoever the trustee is, doesn't matter who they've been picked, the courts will reconsider that appointment during the litigation and possibly put someone new in. And often it's an independent, third-party, neutral entity such as a trust company or a lawyer or an accountant or someone qualified to administer the estate. So the courts separate the running of the assets from the lawsuit. And I think it's an important consideration because when you get into an estate trustee and into a will challenge, the fact that you're also going to either lose or prepared to actually set aside the current trustee is an important consideration. It's a very important consideration because you thought that you were here, you had the will, it was all to me, exclusion of my brother for all these good reasons, and now I can't even be the estate trustee because my brother sued me. Well, that's what the courts will typically do, not always, will typically do, and they're called estate trustees during litigation. So a little bit of a red flag note on what will happen once you get into the quagmire of litigation, and particularly in situations of will challenge litigation. So thanks so much for joining me today.